Jackson, question. Who do you think of all now, since we've finished Kalahari, we finished Nile Conference, we finished
Sahara.
Sahara
Yeah.
Conference, what teams to you have been some standout teams or just a team that you just like?
Listen, I was surprised by Bangui.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they're not going to make it to the playoffs.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it. How is Bangui not making it to the playoffs, but Cape Town Tigers are going to make it to the playoffs? That is the
Hey,
math is not mathing there.
The math is not mathing. That's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. Mike,
I mean, have you had any explainers? Has Mike told you anything?
there is absolutely nothing that's making any sense to me. The only thing that I can think about is maybe because Dynamo ended up leaving that conference, and the conference was left with 3 teams, and maybe they didn't have all the teams have the I guess the pleasure of playing all of their games, and the teams only got credited for 4 games. That's the only thing I can think about. But even with that, let's say if all of the games were redone, or none of the games that Dynamo played counted against anyone, then that means that Cape Town Tigers' best record could have been 3-3 as well.
3-3, absolutely.
But
so they would still have been at the bottom.
but Dynamo and Cape Town played the first game, and
And they
Cape Town
lost.
lost.
Yes.
So technically their record is 1-4.
Right.
So I don't know if that's the thing, but I guess if you're just saying simply because Dynamo left and just did not allow the conference to really be as its strongest,
yes.
then we let
That
third
makes
place-
absolutely,
I,
yes.
I can understand
Right.
that. It's
But
just unfortunate
it's unfortunate that
for
it
Bangui.
feels like punishing Bangui for
for something they had nothing to do
absolutely.
with.
They
Yeah.
showed a lot of brilliance coming in. I didn't even know that Bangui, I mean
Was
CAR,
like that.
yeah, it was like that. Or even that they even had basketball. This is a country that had not had a functioning government for a couple of years. There was a lot of war in in CAR for years.
Yeah.
But the fact that basketball has been flourishing,
Yeah.
the government is just coming together. The other team that really surprised me that is also kind of in the same situation as CAR was Al Ahly of Libya.
Libya.
Where we used to have issues with which Al Ahly is playing.
Yeah.
There's Al Ahly Egypt and Al Ahly Libya.
Yeah.
But Al Ahly Libya came in. They had the resources to bring in some great players that are also part of the journeyman cohort
Right.
of the BAL, and they're going to Kigali.
Right.
So those 2 debutant teams, Dynamo had, the first game they played, they
Phenomenal.
won it.
Phenomenal.
Really well. So I would have loved to see them do. They surprised me, but I also would have loved to see them go to the playoffs. They really deserved it.
Yeah, to me, if I'm watching any teams, I'm saying you got Al Ahly, defending champs, have the best record coming out of the groups, 5-1, having only lost 1 game. That's huge. It's an indication that anybody who plays against them is really in for it. Outside of that, I would say FUS Rabat, man.
Yes.
FUS Rabat